Hello there, I am NorseTyr, and welcome back to the United Nations of Earth. So this is very much a beginner's orientated playthrough in Stellaris. So as you can see, we have the beautiful planet Earth. We are playing the vanilla game, no mods, just going in as United Nations of Earth, which is one of the starting factions, and we're seeing what we can do. So, as you can see, one solar system. If we zoom out a bit, we have expanded fairly effectively across the galaxy. So we have our hostile. Spot how I normally play the game. We have a federation to our south and east. We do have a hostile federation to the south. So, and we have finally, oh my goodness, got round the bottlenecks that was the aliens here. The good news is we've got quite a rich series of planets now that we can potentially expand into. Priority for expansion's got to be these two to close off this nice little chunk of the galaxy here. And then, obviously, the further up this arm that we can get... Ooh, that's a good name, the Howling Vortex. Nice. The further up this arm we can get, the more turf we're going to get. Of course, we don't know. There could be an alien right here for all we know. Other thing I believe we were doing was improving with the Gurite Union. Yep, we are improving with the Gurite Union. On the logic of my enemy's enemy is my friend. We'll see. Hopefully these guys get upset with each other and we can bring the Gurite Union on side as a friend. Still not seeing anyone who jumps out at me as a really good potential Federation partner. So what we're really looking for, so you can see these guys are Xenophile, that's great, but what we're really looking for, well, I suppose Xenophile would be okay. The worry I have there is that it's a hegemony. So these are the guys who are actually running it, I believe. Whether or not we want to get involved in that, I don't know. We are associated at the moment. Especially as we've got hostiles around, probably a smart move. Anyhow, without further ado, let's just double check the outliner, because it's been a little while since I played. We have Meneth Prime being colonised. Where is Meneth? There we go, good. Oh, there's so many aliens on this map, it's mad. They're really awkwardly placed, so in essence we've got a long, thin empire. Anyway, it can't be helped. And in terms of the science ships, archaeology on Sirius, they're all doing stuff. Observations we can hide, factions I'll hide for now. Let's hit go and see how the game goes. Again, I'm hoping this will be more about expansion, but if we do get the opportunity to do some diploming with the Gurites, sure, we will. And let's just speed up. So where are we? Yep, ships are all doing stuff.
Construction completed.
New ships. So yeah, a couple of things actually that's worth pointing out. I'm over my Empire Sprawl. I tend to do this quite a bit. Yes, we are now suffering quite brutal technology costs, so I don't want to do it too much more. So nearly 10%, that's pretty bad. And the 15% tradition, that's pretty bad. And we're over our naval capacity. Just worth bearing in mind, that means our costs are increased quite a bit. Don't go too far over naval cap. But I don't want to destroy these ships. So if you remember in one of the anomalies, I lucked out and got some quite powerful ships. This stage of the game, I don't want to lose them. I'm willing to pay the premium for now. Excellent. So that's another system. So if you could do all the mining and things, that'd be great. So what have we've got loads of options here. An Alpine world, Savannah world, Arid world. Be nice to get some more continentals.
We have detected an anomaly.
Nice. A small docking hatch leading to the interior of this asteroid is visible at the rim of a small crater on its surface. The hatch was likely concealed once, but has since been exposed by micrometeorite impacts. And it's a routine one? Yeah, we'll do that for now. You can see Burrs. I'm still waiting. I've still got an unbuilt module. I'm waiting because I want something that's good for trade. None of these are at the moment. Resource silos, not really. We're not near our resource cap for anything yet. And let's keep a half eye on the planets as well, because we do want to develop them. They should be coming online soon, hopefully. Just check. Are you surveying there? Surveying. Good. Yeah, please do that. We want to get this one surveyed as quickly as
System survey
possible.
concluded.
Nice. Keep going, my good sir. Keep going.
Evasive maneuvers.
Whoa! The birth of space piracy. As civilian travel in space becomes more commonplace, several powerful criminal organizations on Earth have sensed an opportunity to expand their operations. They've converted a number of civilian freighters into an improvised warships, with which they raid civilian shipping lanes for booty. We know that they call themselves Blood Companions. That's a good name. We should call ourselves Blood Companions. And that they have struck several times against our vulnerable trade route in the Sirius system. Every effort must be made to bring these criminals to justice. They will. So, we now have, if you look, one of our ships has bailed. Missing in action. Hostile fleets. There is Sirius Prime, complete with hostile aliens. Well, they're not hostile aliens, actually. I suppose they're humans, aren't they? Fortunately enough, we've got a pretty chunky fleet coming, so for now, let's get straight in there. So we outnumber them by a factor of 2. It's also worth noting, yeah, you can all go away. You can go away. I suppose you should deal with that. Notes that even a little starbase that you get, so this is the most weedy type of starbase, at the beginning of the game, is capable of putting up a half-decent fight. Later in the game, these are going to be dire. But these guys will still win comfortably. The other thing I should do is this is the perfectionist in me. I hate leaving somebody not doing something. So we're going to send them out along the critical path. Oh, hello, another planet. Oh, a desert world, nice. Build a starbase outpost up there, please. So you can see these guys... Oh, derelict shipyard, that's wonderful. Well, a large portion of the asteroid 41CV-TS8 has been hollowed out to allow for construction of some kind of shipyard. It has been abandoned and exposed to the vacuum of space for centuries. If anything useful remained, it has already been looted by previous explorers. The design itself is unique, however, and much could potentially be learned by its study. Nice. So straight up mechanical benefits on there. So as you can see, these guys are mincing through the armour of this starbase quite quickly. By contrast, if you look at them, there's barely a dent on them. One or two of them are taking the odd hit, but there's no doubt which way this battle's going.
Is the key to the universe.
I'll just hide these for now. We've completed genome mapping, straight up population boost. More population is very, very powerful in this game, so that's a great start. We've got a number of these are quite expensive at the moment. So we've got clear tile blockers. If you remember, tile blockers clutter up your planet and cause trouble. Not bad, but we're not exactly pushed for space yet. So I'm going to go for the Gene Clinics, which is a building that gives you essentially amenities and population growth. Sure, why not? Let's try it. Meanwhile, our station here is rapidly being beaten up. And very rapidly being beaten up. Hopefully the military's on the way. They are. But they're not going to get here in time. That's fine, so we lose the starbase. Man, there's a lot going on while I'm trying to watch this battle. And in fact, we'll turn the speed down off camera. So, this is something I hoped would happen. The Valdari Synergetics have declared the Gurite Union as their rival. So going back to the enemy of my enemy is my friend, this probably will give us more options with the Gurite Union later. Meanwhile, this fleet is about to be creamed. So you see how quickly they lose ships? You do not want to go in against something much more powerful than you. It is going to hurt. So there we go. We've creamed the raiders. And now let's just make sure these guys are all going in. Don't think we need to recapture that. Oh, we do. There we go. All done. You've got a couple of shortcuts. Remember, you can go and repair fleets. Probably a good thing to do. The new ships, we're just going to send them home. No major problem there. You guys just go home, and we'll combine the fleets later. So we got a little bit of... Yeah, we beat them up. We got a little bit of experience. No major damage to our ships. Hello. Well, that was a... I mean, that was an extremely quick response. So that is a straight up because of that rivalry. I don't know if these guys are good long-term allies, frankly. But on the other hand, for now, sure, that's fine. A defensive alliance is probably what we want here. In fact, they are so unlike us on so many levels. But for now, sure. Back to the galaxy map. Wait, we haven't destroyed the pirate station. Where is it? Oh, it's over there. Do remember to destroy the pirate station. No, you can see it's there on the map as well. Right, we've somewhere... Oh yeah, we've got some science ships not doing very much. What are you doing? Not very much. So if you could just go down here, let's get them doing whatever. These guys are really just exploring for the love of science now. Actually, take that one first. Nice. And these are probably the ones that abandoned ship fairly quickly, yeah. Note these guys have a damage on them, so we'll get them repaired first of all. And again, this is not a lot of fleet power, so this base is going to be absolutely creamed. Here they come.
Hostile station.
It's firing off like 1 missile an hour. We're firing off millions of lasers and missiles.
Construction complete.
It's going to end badly. And it does. And another good reason for raiding the pirate stations is you get some resources back. Excellent, excellent. Now we'll send all of the ships home. They are not warships. There's a warship. Go and repair, please. There's another set of warships. Go and sit at the starbase. Just remember, don't forget, if they sit at the Sol station, because we've got crew quarters there, we will get 25% off their upkeep, which is enough to make a difference. So ship upkeep at the moment is 31. So definitely want to do that. Meanwhile, construction ships are doing nothing. That's fine, just build mining stations there. Please do the honours with the research station there. And we can start to think about colonising these planets now as well, which is great. And speed up to fast speed. What you find with Stellaris is you probably will play the fastest speed a lot, because there can be quite long pauses between things. That's fine. Just remember the spacebar pauses the game for you. Cool, an anomaly on the Siu system. The asteroid TR44977 is emitting some kind of radiation in controlled bursts. Is something trying to communicate with us? Sure, we'll research that. And we've got some unemployment on Sirius. Well, which is nice. What type of unemployment is it? Let's have a quick look. Robots, remember, have very different workers. We have an unemployed human pop. You can see the human down there. Plenty of houses. We've gone for not a generator world. Alpha Centauri. It's not exactly a great generator world. How are we doing for food? We're okay for... Do you know what? I will put generator on here as well. We are low on energy credits. Probably because I've got too many ships. That's fine. Excellent. The UNS Tereshkova has been repaired. Which is good. That's our science ship. Oh, we've got a colony ship. Where's that one going? Oh, nice. We'd already queued that one to go to Astora. Very nice. And I think this particular scientist was probably in here excavating, excavating the archaeological site. One other thing that just came up, and sorry, I almost forgot, piracy. This has been hitting me much later in the game. You have a trade route. So if you go onto the trade routes, notice that certain systems have a risk of piracy. So they have low protection and an awful lot of trade. So trade is always going to your home planet. So for instance, you know, you can see the various bits and pieces going through here. You can see this particular area. It's very close to Trambodon, so it's protected. Here, it's also very close to Trambodon, protected. Over here, though, we've got a bit of a gap as we get further and further away from star bases. So we're going to have to look at that at some point. What's the burst station? Hey! So, we haven't got enough weapon modules, basically. So, these modules are good for collecting, but they're not good for protecting. So there's a little bit of a problem, but... So, we're going to have some piracy issues. Long story short. Until we can build more star bases. And I'm going to risk some piracy. There's a balance to be struck. Play the game, see how you find it. I want to prioritise rushing expansion first. Because, well, there's real estate out here that we can potentially get our hands on. So why wouldn't we? Well, I suppose because we don't want to be pirated left, right and centre is a good answer. Gravity Crush. The UNS Hawking's survey of the asteroid is temporarily halted as a probe is caught by an errant gravitational anomaly. The probe manages to transmit some data before it's brutally crushed by the extreme forces. Forces that completely dissipate soon after. Hey, nice! It's worth a probe if we get 350 physics and 100 experience. And, I was about to say, this is great, they've leveled up. I don't know if we've discussed negative traits. It is possible to get negative traits. So in this case, the scientist who leveled has got arrested development. Experience minus 1,000. Needless to say, that is pretty bad. So, luckily Ryuto Nakajima is still a good scientist, but he ain't going to get any better. Boo. Ah well. These things happen. Meneth's coming online. I'm going to hide the military fleets for now. And I'm going to hide the star bases actually as well. I want to keep focused on the ships and the planets. Excellent, excellent. So we'll just send this person along to clear these up. Voila. And obviously we do want to colonise that. I mean, possibly if I'm min-maxing it, we're probably best to rush out this way. But I hate to leave a gap like that in the middle of my empire. It just looks pure ugly.
Construction completed.
Ooh, hello. So we completed a research station. Mining drone work ethic. This is one of the SITREPs that we had, which has now, I believe, disappeared. Yep. The drones and their tireless, endless work of extracting ever-diminishing resources from the local planetoids make for a somewhat dull but nevertheless informative subject of study. In fact, mining networks on Earth could stand to learn a thing or two about maximizing mineral extraction rates whilst conserving energy. Additionally, we have found that the drones are not completely silent. They emit signal pings, though extremely infrequently and at a wavelength hard to isolate from background noise. If there is anyone left to receive these pings, may be a mystery for another time. So we have two options here. We can go easy prey, making them easier to destroy, a lot easier to destroy. Or, and I think I'm going to go this way, mining station minerals output plus 10%. Sure, why not? We'll go with that, and you'll see now we have drone mining techniques in our modifiers. Ooh, we've got relations. Interesting. I find these a little bit hard to get my head around, but hey, they're there. Meanwhile, in Orthana... Right, go on, finish this one off. This one's going to wind me up if we leave a gap there. Something else. Something else. I've missed something. It'll pop back into my head, hopefully. And again, our sprawl is getting out of control. It's going to get worse once we colonise a new planet. Concluded. What have I forgotten? Oh, hello, Sargas. If you could keep charging along... See, again, it looks like this is going to go back to this area. So again, if we can charge down here... Let's have a look. You never know. We might be able to go all the way out to that side of the galaxy. Again.
Construction completed.
This is a lot of turf. And the first fleet has been repaired. I will just quickly look at the military fleets. And combine them. Ooh, hello. Ah, our command limit's 20. Yeah, okay. So we can't. Because we already have a 20 command units in there. The UNS Rubicon. Keep going out this way, please. Oh, I remembered what I'd forgotten. Apologies. Contacts. Let's just have a quick look. So the Gulite Union, I think to call them friendly is a strong, strong word. So, they dislike our bombardment policy, and they are xenophobic. We don't like them because they're xenophobic, and they've closed their borders. However, for instance, one thing we could do if we wanted to improve relations, it's worth bearing this in mind. We have a policy for orbital bombardment, and these guys are pacifists. So probably the reason they don't like us is because we basically carpet bomb entire civilizations into dust. If we wanted them to like us a bit more, we could go more selective, which would make our bombardments weaker when we get to them. For now, I'm not too worried, but it's worth knowing we could change that to make them happier. The other thing is, where have they gone? Here we go. So they're receptive. Would they go for a defensive pact? They would not. Why would they not? So, we have mutual rivals, which acts in favour. Relative power of empires is pretty good. Oh, they're xenophobic isolationists, and they're a long way away. Still, that might change. We're going to keep improving relations. We just basically want to keep these Valdari pinned for as long as we can. How are we doing on the time? Ah, yeah, we're good, we're good. Hey, another planet. So this is... Yay, and it's continental. So this... Ooh, Voltauan gas giant facility. We've detected the partial remains of a gas giant mining station in orbit around Veldaram 4, which appears Voltauan in origin. Its station-keeping thrusters were deliberately fired millions of years ago in an attempt to push the station directly into the gas giant. But a collision with an unknown object prevented this from happening. Interesting.
Situation log has been updated.
That is interesting. Hang on, hang on. While you're there, can you please research the project there, please? How many of these have we found? Not many. Okay, fair enough. We've probably got a few more. Yeah, okay. I think it's 6 we need? Yep, 6. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. So we do want to find their home system if we can. It's potentially going to bring lots of fat loot, some archaeology. Who knows? Cool. Keep going. This arm is looking really promising, but I think
a new world has been colonized.
No, there are 2 ways out there.
Anomalous readings registered.
Oh, yep, sure. Optical sensors isolate a cluster of shapes on the otherwise barren surface of Lorbo 2A that could be buildings. This one's challenging, but... Hang on, which one's Lorbo? We'll go for it, that's fine. So it'll be a little bit slow, but that's fine. We've completed the Empire just to make everything look nice. We'll build the mining stations first. What else happened? Anomaly is being checked. That's been checked. And Meneth is ready to go. Brill. One thing that's worth noting, Meneth is in the frontier sector. If we go to the sector's map mode, bomph, it is sat outside the Sol sector. So the sectors go 1, 2, 3, 4 by default from wherever the capital is. Meneth is well out. 1, 2, 3, 4, but which it's not the end of the world. You can have everything in frontier sectors apart from your home system. But what you won't get if you do that, you won't get the benefits of having a governor. So this governor, for instance, is level 4. So he's adding 8% extra resources, minus 8% Empire Sprawl, which is quite good because I've got that completely under out of control. Crime is down. Crime is down a lot because of this general, and clear tile blockers, when we come to those, are lower as well. So actually, I would quite like Meneth Prime to be in a sector. So if you go to the planet, you can see no sector. You can actually click on planets and sectors, but over here you can create a new one. And it tells you all systems within 4 jumps not previously part of a sector will become part of a new one. I mean, there's only going to be one planet in this sector, maybe a couple more, but it's not going to be a big sector. But still, it's probably worth it, I would say. So we've created the Meneth sector. You can see the sectors are pretty... what's the word? Angular compared to the rest of the map. But fine, I'm going to turn them off, and those planets come in. Those planets and systems come in. I don't like the look of the sector map mode, I'm not going to lie. And then we can assign a governor in there, so I'm going to recruit... so we've got a good bureaucrat, which would be more useful over here, but... I'm going to go for the bureaucrat because they're young. This guy's going to die soon. So, basically, I'm going to use this first sector as a bit of a training ground. And if we go to planets and sectors... So yeah, the Meneth Prime sector can be a little bit of a training ground before I move them onto the much more financially important Earth sector. You can play around with sector settings as well, so you can choose a focus that your AI will try and drift towards. So, for instance, we might want it heavily focused on raw materials, or manufacturing, or research. I tend to get a bit obsessed with the planets, although later in the game that gets quite hard work. Let's be blunt, it gets quite hard work, because there's a lot of planets. How are we doing? Got a few minutes yet. So we'll let that tick away. Where's our other colonisation ships? In Conviab. And actually we should keep a half eye on...
completed.
Half eye on the alloys in particular. I don't want to... At the moment I want to prioritise moving along this arm. But as you can see, at some point we're going to meet something. So this route brings us round to our Federation friends, or our Federated friends. Yeah, I think I want to concentrate on rushing at the minute, so once I've got a bit of a surplus,
System survey concluded.
I will go for the next colony ship. But for now, I'm happy to wait.
Construction completed.
Very good, very good. Build the research station there as well. Wonderful, wonderful. So if we keep expanding
The special project has concluded.
Nice! A mostly intact Voltauum spacesuit that previous looters had somehow overlooked has been recovered by our archaeologists. This 4-metre-long tube-like construct has given our scientists new insights into what kind of environments the Voltauum preferred. An interesting find, yeah it is, because it gives us a load of research. So, we have... Where are the anomalies? Looks like they're around here. I'm going to go up to the sitrep. So we can go to... Yeah, it looks like all the high-level anomalies around here. So this particular ship, I'm just going to have playing catch-up and doing some of the anomalies that we've skipped. I think we've skipped... Yeah, we've done all the ones around here. Cool. Let's go find the Voltauum homeworld. Well, it's not going to be here, I don't think, but you never know. And again, just some quiet expansion. Let's have another quick look at the contacts. These guys still hate us, but they hate us less. So we've now improved... Oh, hello. I'll put that aside for 1 minute. We've now improved it quite considerably. I'm guessing they still... Yeah, the receptive is going up. Again, to form a defensive pact. Well, it's it's creeping up tiny, tiny amounts. I suspect we're never going to get on with these guys super well. But, you know, one can but try. And we've had a pop-up in the background. Alien specimen procurement. The director of the Museum of Exobiology on Earth has issued a request for the procurement of several live alien specimens. These creatures were spotted on surveyed habitable worlds, but they are difficult to capture. It will require the full resources of a science ship for a lengthy period of time. Sure. I'm happy to do this.
Situation log has been updated.
Sit log's been updated. So here you go, alien specimen procurement. 7 specimens to collect from various places. I'm going to track all of these on the map just to see where they are. And you can see we have the elusive tarback, found deep beneath the waves of the ocean world Bazkarat 3. The mighty Tassaragoid. Tassaragoids have been sighted in the humid jungles of Stimsis 2. The vile Orinthi have been reported in large numbers across most of Sirius Prime. The insidious Snirren are unique to the great dune seas of Hydrobius 3. The malleable Gulantha. Gulantha herds may only be found on the open steppes of Aglor. The wily older Adloran. Adlorans can be found racing through the snowy wastes of Meneth Prime. Well, we know where that is. The ravenous Zelka. Zelka's swarms are native to the dry canyons of Adamir 3. Cool, so what you can see if we zoom out, there's a number of flashes. So, 4 of these are going to be fairly straightforward to get. They're either in our empire or somewhere else. 3 of them are going to be considerably more difficult. Because well, they've closed their borders. You can see these hyperlanes are orange. So that's going to be a bit more of a long-term series of work over there. Right, but for now... Oh yeah, we're over half an hour. So I've been NorseTyr. If you're enjoying the content, please do like the video. Also, please comment and do subscribe if you're really enjoying it. I will be releasing these videos every Saturday and Sunday morning, UK time. And I also stream Stellaris midday on a Sunday. Thanks so much.